Welcome back to my channel. I am Tiffany and you are now watching Sacred Seat TV. I'm coming to you live here today to discuss one of my favorite topics, meditation, the many benefits that it has on the human body and brain, and how I use meditation. So I'll start from the top. So the only thing that I knew about meditation is what the church had taught me a long time ago in my adolescence and early years growing up, because I grew up in the church. Meditation was always coupled with the word prayer. So there was always prayer and meditation. And so I come to know meditation as prayer based on that. I just combine the two together. And so whenever I am meditating, I look at it also as a form of prayer. When I meditate, I go into my meditation with the intention of connecting back to source. And what I mean by source is that part of yourself that is deep down inside, free of all judgment, free of anything that any ideas or conclusions that anybody else outside of you have about you, and also free of the ideas and judgments that you have about yourself. That part of you, the self, is deep down inside of you, past all of those things, all of the physical parts, all of the thoughts, all the emotions and feelings that you may have about yourself. And I also call this source because to me, this is what I refer to as God. This is the creative part of ourselves that we tap into when we meditate. I have used meditation for a multitude of things. For me specifically, it is used as a form to calm myself down, right? I have what's called generalized anxiety. So that means I'm just a big ball of nerves. Sometimes I'll just be thinking about something and just get anxious. And so on the days where I have a really hard time mentally, or I'm feeling down about myself, or I'm just not as confident as I feel like I need to be, or something occurred and it's just sitting heavy on my mind, then I use meditation as medicine. I will get quiet and go into what I call my closet. Some who read the Bible may know this as the house. I close my eyes and I take deep breaths from the diaphragm. And so what this does is it just calms the body. There are also some things that meditation does for the mind, and we'll also discuss those a little bit later. But I have found specifically for anxiety that meditation definitely helps. Just take time to do 10 deep breaths with your eyes closed. Inhale, exhale. That's helped me a lot with the anxiety. Something that I also discovered recently in regards to meditation, I have used it for situations that are difficult, in the sense of, there's a problem or something that I need to solve and I don't have all the answers that I need, or I don't have the proper way to approach it that makes sense to my brain. And so what I'll do is, but in my meditation, I am basically setting the intention, or if you want to say, opening myself up to gaining answers or insight. When I sit down and I go into my quiet space and I breathe, I'm looking for an answer. And the funny thing about that is 9 times out of 10, I'm going to get one. And we're going to talk about the benefits of meditation. So first and foremost, meditation is known to reduce stress. It does that by lowering the cortisol levels in your body. If anybody knows anything about hormones, cortisol is the hormone that you produce when you are in a fight or flight situation, you're having an anxiety, you have a panic attack, your cortisol levels are really high. It maintains normal levels for cortisol, and so it can reduce the stress that you feel within your body. Meditation is also known to control anxiety. Regular meditation can help reduce anxiety by promoting a sense of calm and relaxation. The breathing techniques that are happening while you're meditating tap into your parasympathetic nervous system. And what that does is this system in your body is responsible for rest and digest. So when you think about that, at the end of the day, once you finish dinner, you get ready for bed, and you also digesting your food. So as you are resting and digesting, you aren't doing much of anything. And so the parasympathetic nervous system kicks in and takes over your body. Meditation is also known to enhance your emotional health. Meditation can lead to an improved self-image, and it can also give you a more positive outlook on life, generally speaking. It's been known to reduce the symptoms of depression and also increase positive emotions. One of the coolest things that I love about meditation is that it actually changes your mind. So meditation improves the gray matter inside of your brain. And so the gray matter inside of your brain is responsible for memory, learning, and emotional regulation. Structurally changes the actual substance that is inside of your brain. How cool is that? It also changes the wavelength pattern inside of your brain, where it switches the wavelength pattern in your brain more so to the alpha waves as opposed to the beta waves. So the alpha waves are responsible for relaxation and rest, things of that sort. The beta waves are responsible for things that you do in your waking hours. So more so thinking, problem solving, those types of things. Meditation also increases the production of the hormones dopamine and serotonin within your brain. If you know anything about hormones, again, those are the feel-good hormones that you get. Usually, those are the hormones that are secreted once you complete like a workout or a set. If you're not able to do that, you can always meditate to raise your serotonin and your dopamine. Meditation can also improve your self-awareness. Now, I have this thing that I say where self-awareness is my superpower. What that means is that you know yourself. There's a great book by a doctor here in the city that I reside called Know Thyself. I'll include that in the link in the description box if you guys would like to check it out. You get to know yourself. We're all on this journey of self-discovery, and a great way to do that is just simply by sitting with yourself quietly, building a relationship with yourself outside of, judgment or things that are happening in your everyday waking life, turning the noise off and just getting to know who you are. So that self-awareness that you get from meditation is a great way for you to understand people outside of yourself, because you understand who you are, all of the difficulties and the thoughts and the processes that go into, just being a human being. We all know what that is and may be. And so it allows you to kick that grace in a little bit and show that grace, to other people, because you know and understand how difficult it is being a human being and all of the things that, flow in and out of your mind on a daily basis. So meditation can also improve your attention and concentration. And that's literally what you're practicing when you meditate, because you are practicing concentrating on your breath as opposed to all of the noise and the chatter in your mind. Tuning out the noise and breathing, and you're concentrating on your breath. And so you learn concentration, focus, and attention based on that. And that just also helps you to be a better listener and improves the relationships that you have with other people, because you actually can have a longer attention span as opposed to the standard attention spans that we have nowadays with, the technology and smartphones and social media. So meditation also helps fight addictions. And so it does that by the patterns that you develop when you're meditating assist you with discipline. Because if you are disciplined enough to sit down every single day for 10, 15, 20, 30 minutes and meditate, your body will start to recognize that as a habit that you have, and it applies it to all other areas of your life. And so developing discipline and willpower helps you to overcome any type of addiction that you may be suffering from. I can also speak to this when we talk about food, right? And so on this channel, I have discussed my experience with anxiety, also with uterine fibroids. And so I found that as I continued my journey with meditation, I did not crave food the same way that I did, because when you think about it, a lot of us are using food as a coping mechanism, right? But instead of that food, you're now replacing that with something positive like meditation. And so you no longer have the cravings for the unhealthy thing that you were, addicted to, if that's what you want to call it. And so you replace that with your meditation. And that also goes into what we just talked about, willpower and discipline. Meditation can also assist you with sleep. So it promotes a better sleep because that parasympathetic nervous system kicks in. It allows the body to relax. Any muscles that you feel tension within, it releases that tension. And so that can also help you with sleep. And so when I first started meditating, I would use this technique to help me go to sleep because I was also having issues just getting a good night's rest. And so what you do is, it's called a body scan. So you're lying in bed, you can't go to sleep, right? What you want to do is focus your attention on different parts of the body. So the technique that I used was to start from the crown to the toe. So you're lying in bed with your eyes closed. You're feeling the top of your head in your mind, like you're just noticing that it's there. And you go all the way down your body until you get to your feet. And by that time, any tension that you have in any of the muscles of your body should have been released. And then you can go into the actual meditation. So the body scan is something that you would do as a precursor for the meditation, kind of like the warm-up or the pregame for the meditation. So you're just relaxing your body to the point where you can allow that system to kick in, and then you can go into your meditation and your breathing. So this is something that I just learned today, actually, while researching this video, and it says that meditation can reduce age-related memory loss. And so what I know, or what we currently know about diseases such as Alzheimer's, is that they are starting to call this disease type 3 diabetes. And what they're finding is that it's being caused by buildup or plaque inside of your brain. And so a way to combat that is by doing your meditation. So the meditation keeps your mind sharp and healthy, and it keeps the blood flowing in all the areas that it needs. The note that I have here, it says, the improved focus and clarity gained through meditation can help keep your mind sharp as you age. And now we've come to the segment of the video when we talk about meditation as medicine. And so with all of the things that I've discussed so far, you can see why it benefits you physically to meditate, but also mentally. and spiritually and emotionally to meditate. So this last piece here says that meditation can decrease your blood pressure. And so I have found in all of my studies of such things as this that it is talked about that meditation is something that you can do if you have high blood pressure, where you can basically use the meditation as medicine to calm your body down and lower your blood pressure while also secreting those wonderful hormones that you get from meditating, while also gaining, the discipline and the willpower and the concentration along with it. So meditation can improve physical health by reducing the strain on the heart and lowering your blood pressure. In this segment of the video, I just want to talk a little bit about all the cool things that I've learned about meditation in my spiritual journey thus far. So there is a doctor out there. His name is Dr. Masaru Emoto. Now, I have a Spanish accent because that's the second language that I learned. But his name is Dr. Masaru Emoto. He did a study on meditation. And I'm going to read a little bit about what it says here. Dr. Masaru Emoto's studies focused on the impact of human thoughts, emotions, and intentions on the molecular structure of water. Now, if we know anything about the human body, then we know that our body is made up of 70 to 80% water. And so what I'm about to read to you is very interesting. So meditation has a positive influence on water crystals. So during Emoto's experiment, it showed that water exposed to positive emotions, thoughts, formed beautiful, crystallized, symmetrical, and intricate crystals when it froze. For example, water exposed to the words like love and gratitude produce aesthetically pleasing and harmonious structures. Negative words used on the water, once it was frozen, came out with distorted and asymmetrical appealing water crystals. All right, another point in Dr. Emoto's study was he found that water has a great implication on your health. And so it says here, given that the human body is largely composed of water, Emoto's findings imply that our thoughts and emotions could significantly impact our physical health. Positive mental states might promote better health, while negative states could have detrimental effects. And that just makes me think about, being a Black person in America and all of the trauma that we've had passed down from generation to generation, and how that's affecting our thoughts and habits, and then in turn also infecting or affecting us internally. And so I just think that's something interesting to think about, in the sense that, there is going to have to be some kind of deprogramming of the current state of consciousness that we have if we're trying to better our lives, our situations, communities, and environments. You got to change what's up here first. That song that I can't remember the name of the group. I can't remember the name of the group, but it's free your mind and the rest will follow. So if you deprogram the negativity that's happening in here, you'll start to see some positivity. What happens is that the things that you're thinking, the things that you are also saying to other people are affecting them. And so when people say thoughts are things and words matter, that's what they mean. Because you can directly impact the molecular structure of your being and another being based on something that you said to them, or based on something that you thought in your mind. That is really, really awesome, and also speaks to the power that we have as human beings, right? So when you talk about us having that power of creation, there you go. So it can also be a little bit overwhelming when you think about it in the sense where, oh my God, I'm thinking the wrong thing. But don't think about it like that. Think about it in the sense that you have the power and agency to change things within yourself and within other people. There is memory in water. And so water has a form of intelligence, right? Now, I saw a documentary about this a while back on the Gaia Network. There was a free trial or something of the sort, and I watched it, and they talked about the intelligence of water. And so here it says, Emoto proposed that water has the ability to remember the energetic imprints of thoughts and emotions, suggesting a profound connection between human consciousness and the physical world. And so, what they found was that when water was inside of certain things, it would maintain the memory there. If you have water sitting in plastic bottles, and you know about plastics and BPA and hormone disruptors and estrogen overload, that's something to think about there. So, I don't like to drink water out of plastic bottles for that reason, because there's also that physical side that comes into play, being a woman with the estrogen overload. But just remember that even if you take water out of something and you filter it, it will still maintain the memory from wherever it was. How awesome is that? So meditation is like exercise for the brain. With all of the benefits and qualities that I've listed that you gain from it, why not practice it? So if you're new to meditation, a tip that I can give you is that your mind is going to do what your mind is going to do. It's not up to you to control your mind. It's up to you to put yourself in the proper context. And by that, I say, I am a human being. I have thoughts and emotions, but the thoughts and emotions are not me. I am a transcendent spirit, but yourself, the part of you that's deep down inside of you that is free of all the judgment, the observations, the thoughts, the feelings, the emotions, that is who you really are. And that is the part of you that's connected to the Creator, God, the higher power, however you want to name them. That is the part of you that is connected. And when you take the time to practice that connection, that building of the relationship, your life gets, I can't even say how many times better, because I am a living and breathing result of this. I sit here in front of you today speaking from experience. So I hope you would take this video, use it, see where it goes. You never know. That is the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching and for your support if you stayed this far. I'm going to leave you with this quote here, and it says, meditation is like a gym in which you develop the powerful mental muscles of calm and insight. Thank you so much for watching Sacred Seat TV.